A is for abacus, B is for bullies, and C is for classroom. It's do not disturb. That means no one will call me.
Oh, that's
or
good.
no one can call me. They can call me, but it goes straight to voicemail. What's the topic? Okay. All right, welcome to the ABC podcast, where a few good mates get together and try to assemble an alphabet from a pointless topic. I'm your host, Anderson Carman.
I'm the other option, Logan Hendry.
They called me because the other guy got sick. My name's Joey Paone.
Or in a closet again.
Yeah. Because I know both of you guys from school.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's fast approaching the start of the school year. So today's topic, school.
School. Nice.
Theme song.
Go.
Oh, wait, the SCAD theme song?
Oh, no. No,
Yes.
No,
Please.
the SCAD theme song is horrendous.
They revamped it.
Did they?
Man.
Yeah, it's all like, wooka, you know, like...
So, like, what?
It's like set the gospel music.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
That's really bad.
But it still keeps like words.
I will
like,
go on the record, though, Paula Wallace, I think it sounds great.
Yeah.
You're graduating. What does it matter anymore?
I don't know, I feel like she has long arms, you know? You know what I mean?
That's fair.
She's got great vertical reach.
Please don't.
These jokes are so much funnier when you find out she's so short.
Paula,
Okay.
please just waive my debts and we'll just not post this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The letter A. School. So it can be anything tangentially associated with school.
Apple? Like the
Apple.
apple you bring to the teacher?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe?
Why do they do that? What is the sentiment behind that?
I don't know.
I feel like there had to have been a reason for that. Because, like, I associate the apple with the
teacher's pet.
apple
I
a
think
day keeps the doctor away.
It's so the teacher will know which kids are poor, and so she doesn't, teach them as good as the other ones.
So if you bring an apple, you're poor. What if you bring a pineapple?
She's gotta get creative without eating it.
She's like, no, you're just
Can't eat
stupid.
this. I can't eat this. I think the apple is just it was just bribery, basically. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you're trying to get in the teacher's good graces. You could do the same thing today, but now it's like...
You have to bring like an Xbox. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Like, here, I brought this sweet DVD box set of like all the Austin Powers movies. This is for you.
Actually, I'm wondering, would that work? Would that have worked with Doug?
Oh my
That might
god!
have. I was once at a summer camp where
like
you had
Austin Powers?
to keep your room in like stupid orderly fashion. Like every morning you had to make your bed and all this stuff. Like it was basically like a military camp, but it wasn't military at all. It was just the nature of the camp. But anyways, you could bribe the guys that came in and inspected your room. So one time we left a goldfish.
Swan?
No, well,
So not only was it like military
Wait.
camp, but also like prison.
yeah.
Was it like snack? Like the snack that
No,
smiles
no.
back, or like an actual goldfish?
No, an actual live
Okay.
goldfish.
Oh wow! Like in the bowl or on the?
Oh, no, in a bowl. Just like flopping.
We left a fish carcass on our bed to bribe them.
Yeah, here you go.
It's like Smeagol
no.
comes in.
But we gave them a goldfish. But then like it got around the camp that we had given a goldfish and everyone started to give goldfish. and they had to make an announcement. They're like, hey, it was clever the first time, but we don't have anywhere to put all these fish.
Just buy like a
So
60-gallon tank for all the fish the kids give them.
yeah. I mean, with A, I was gonna go with assignments.
Assignments
Oh,
works.
assignments.
Yeah,
That's
that's
actually-
probably more.
You know.
I was gonna go with Agony.
All right, tell me more. You can't see this now, but Joey's laying down on a couch, and I'm sitting next to him with a clipboard.
I still hear the screams.
Oh, jeez.
Good times.
Been your favorite assignment ever?
Ever?
Yeah. Do you have one?
Ooh.
Or least favorite? Just, I'll ask for an extreme.
Can it be one assignment or like assignments that just like compounded into being the worst thing ever?
Sure.
Okay. I used to have to alright, this was middle school, and I appreciate this English teacher a lot because she actually taught me English. Unlike others. But, I won't name names, but she would make us read a book every quarter and then do an entire, written assignment on it. Every quarter, which is honestly not that much, but for like 11 to 12-year-olds, it was a lot. I was like, I read like 5 books a year and had to write papers on each one. It was pretty good. Okay. I hated that though, because it was a lot of work, but I appreciated that.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway,
all right.
Yeah.
Anecdote. Another A.
Yeah. There you go.
Jeez. Any crappy or awesome assignments for you, Joey?
I'm thinking, and just all the ones that weren't animation related were just bad.
Yeah.
I agree.
I just didn't care about them.
It was always the art history ones that I just...
Yeah.
I was just always like, I have to do this. Well, really, I mean, the one that killed me was the fact that I had to take a college math class at
Yes.
art school.
Yes.
Like, my last test, thank goodness they were, like, handwritten. I trolled the teacher so hard. I was just, like, drawing in the margins, like, saying quippy things. I don't remember anything I said, but it was probably really genius.
Oh, sure.
And I wish I could have it back, because I, like... Man. There was this one where I, like, had to draw a graph, and then I drew a character next to it, like, with a paintbrush, who was like, I call this art. Like, I was just, like, making up random crap, but...
I think one of my favorite assignments was at SCAD, and I'm not going to say the teacher, but... It was a class where we had to, like, analyze people. So I had to go and film someone that I didn't know, like, out in the middle of nowhere. Like, in the
You had to be a stalker. That's what you're saying.
Well, that's not a nice way to say it. But I did it.
Oh, okay,
and you like, analyze, like... Yeah. Well... if they're sleeping, is it a bad thing? I don't... No, but I had to like analyze, and it was fun because it pushed me to do other, like I never did that before, so like it was like a. But I hated field trips.
Oh,
that was art history field trips were the worst thing.
We'll get to F. Just chill. Okay, B.
Oh shoot.
Oh wow, God.
B.
Backpacks.
Backpacks. Okay. Did you ever have like a Dora the Explorer backpack or like
Dora? No.
Okay. I just recently threw out my school backpack because it's been falling apart. The blue one?
Yeah, all right.
Well, because it had a strap that was legitimately like one day I like threw it on my shoulder and there's like that moment where it's suspended in the air before it rests on the shoulder and it made contact with my shoulder and just fell straight to the ground because the strap broke. And I remember just being like, I don't understand. Like what, where did it go? But yeah, that thing was perfect because it fit my portfolio, my 11 by 17 portfolio. Because it was like a backpacking backpack. It wasn't made for school.
I mean, that's what you need. Like when I went to look for new backpacks, because I had one since like freshman year of high school that was also falling apart and like almost destroyed. I looked up like specific, like I was like, it needs to be 18 inches tall and it needs to be like 13 inches wide and it needs to have so-and-so pockets so I can fit everything in it and not carry a portfolio. Like the big ones that like all the freshmen at SCAD do.
Jeez.
I'm so glad I didn't have this problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, I got my Wacom.
You got my Wacom
pin. I'm
done.
good.
Oh man.
Yeah. I have another backpack, my green backpack, that I actually, this isn't really school related, but I used to travel a lot with my dad, and so I started to have the green backpack signed by the airplane pilots.
Oh, nice.
On all the flights I went to, and now it's covered, which is kind of fun. But recently...
It's just black now.
Well, so it's supposed to be just airplane pilots.
Right.
Recently I was at Disney.
Nice.
And I met Goofy. And he insisted on signing my backpack. So there's all these airplane pilots and then just Goofy right there. And I'm like, I didn't want you to, but I wasn't going to say no.
I'm pretty sure we could find an episode where Goofy pilots a plane.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Oh, that's true.
Probably does.
I'm sure it does.
I think there's one that's literally just called, like, How to Fly.
Probably, yeah.
His, like, little, like, single shorts and stuff.
How to...
That's fair, actually. You know, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, there is, like, the Barn Buster where he flies through the barn. Ah! I didn't even know it, Goofy. Thanks.
He's a pilot. He's a man of...
Go ahead.
He's very multi-talented.
That was difficult, Logan.
It was. I was trying to like...
He's the Renaissance man.
That's right, he is. He's a true Renaissance.
True Renaissance man.
Oh, God.
That's unfortunate. Letter C.
C.
Oh, like the grade.
Like the grade.
Average.
Wait, that's average?
Yes.
Yes, C is average.
Oh, wow.
F is failing, D is like, try better. D's a failing, in my opinion. C's
What
are pretty
happened to
bad,
E?
too. E's?
There's no E. It goes D, and then it's like, well,
I don't think
fail.
Well, it goes F for failure, D for do better, C for casual, B for better, A for amazing.
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 I like
Oh,
the Hogwarts
Oh yeah.
grading system. The top grade is an O for outstanding, and then hey, what are you doing? What are you
Nothing.
doing? Can't
Just
look.
checking the time, man.
Stop. I keep thinking you're doing research.
No,
Cut it out.
it was a Facebook update.
Uh-huh.
he's gonna get a C if he keeps. doing
That's
that.
true.
Sorry about that.
Get control of yourself.
Control.
Control. Yeah. Did you ever get a C?
Oh yeah. Oh sure. Yeah, it depends. Like, there's some classes I just don't care about as much.
Yeah.
Not in SCAD.
Like a C in a class, or just one grade for a C?
Oh, grades for sure. Like on a
What about
like
a class?
quiz.
You ever see a class?
Like when I was younger, for sure. Like I had trouble in school until like I got some real teachers, like around middle school, and then I did better. I had some awful teachers in elementary school, but
I'm pretty sure I got some C's in some maths.
yeah. Oh yeah, math is science. Also is just a subject I couldn't care less about.
Yeah.
I think maybe I got some C's. Science.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I kind of blocked all that out.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm graduated from
Right.
college, and I'm not
Exactly.
doing school again.
Exactly.
Maybe. Actually, I've thought about doing a master's.
We'll get to M.
Okay. All right. I see how it is. D.
Dunce Cap.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, those are the good old days when you could shame children for being stupid.
Shame and beat them. Oh goodness.
Ah.
Takes me back.
Fond memories, eh?
Shoot.
Man,
imagine
I
that.
forgot that.
Imagine that.
School punishments, like
Yeah.
back in the day, like wrapping their knuckles with a ruler.
That's hurt.
Good
Yeah.
There
Lord.
was a book. It was one of those like American Girl or like the whatever those novels that my sisters would read. And yeah, I never read them. My sisters would totally read them. And
Okay, Joey, this is a
but
safe space.
I remember flipping through it, and there was like one where like the teacher literally has a whip and is like whipping, and
What?
the whip's like wrapped around this kid, and he's just like ah. And I was like, what the heck?
School.
And then my sister was like, yeah, he wasn't being good. And I was like, oh.
He put gum in Sally's hair.
Yeah,
Whip him.
The whipping
I
boy.
bet he learned that real quick.
That's so.
Did you know that was a thing for princes back in the day?
Yeah.
They had a whipping boy. There was this boy, so you couldn't hurt the prince.
Oh, so you had to whip some other kid.
So they would hire this peasant kid to be his whipping boy, and if the prince did something bad, they would whip the boy.
Oh, okay. I thought
instead.
the boy would whip him.
Oh, so he's like, I stole an apple. Come here, whipping boy. I'm gonna slap you in the
I'm
face.
the prince's punisher.
Oh,
No, that really
Yeah.
sucks though. Like,
Bet it would pay well though. It had benefits.
I think it was usually
mostly downsides.
I think it was usually a slave or something. Which,
If it was a paid gig, would you do that?
How much?
well, yeah.
$1 million.
Wait,
A year?
like a year?
Yeah, $1 million a year.
How bad's the prince?
How bad's the prince? Yeah.
Well,
I think I could tough it out for a year.
No, it's Prince.
It's Prince the artist. Prince. It's Prince the artist.
The artist formerly known as Prince.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, then I'd do it because then like, how am I gonna?
He's a great man.
That's
He does no
really-
wrongs. He makes great music constantly.
He's made great music.
No, he's alive currently. We shouldn't make these jokes.
Yes, we should.
Prince is good.
No, okay, so
Purple rain, purple rain.
Prince William. Would you be his whipping boy?
I'd be his whipping boy.
Isn't he
$1
like
million.
the worst
Isn't he
one?
really nice?
See, now it sounds like a sex thing. I don't like it.
Well, you brought it there.
I had to voice it because I was thinking
$1
it.
million American dollars, right? We're going. We're not.
Well, if it was the euro, that'd technically be stronger right now.
Oh, really?
That's true.
Okay.
I think.
I think so.
Well, if it.
I don't know. My wife's the accountant. Stop asking me questions. Hey, Laura! Is the euro stronger?
Can I call a friend?
She's not answering.
But $1 million, yeah, I think I'd do it.
Depends on how many times you get whipped. I think.
I think I'd do
Well,
it,
and
and
who's
then like,
whipping you?
That too.
But
Is
I think
it-
about that, like, I'm set, and then, like, I get to do something nice for my parents after a year.
Well, that's fair.
It's true.
I would.
But you couldn't quit. What if you couldn't quit?
Oh, then
You're stuck in it.
Screw that. I'm not.
Just whipped forever.
I didn't go 5 years to college just to be a whooping boy.
No, I think that's exactly what you went.
I got my degree in withholding pain.
Yeah. E.
Um,
It starts with you.
What?
He said
Oh,
Oh,
God.
oh.
Gadzooks!
I've tried my best to cut those kind of people out of my life.
Stop saying
Electronic calculator?
Oh.
Is that a stretch?
Sure.
That feels like a stretch.
No, I
That's
feel
what
like you
the
can-
this podcast is a stretch.
Yeah.
Okay, an electronic. You want to say it's a graphing calculator as well, because that's generally
yes, sure.
electronic. This is a big word. Calculator. You guys need to fill the dead air.
I had one
Yeah?
in high school,
Cool story, bro.
and in a college a little bit, a community college.
Nice.
And
Oh, did you go to
then
community college
I went
too?
to community
I did.
college.
I did that too. I did a year and a half. Woo!
2
Hey,
years.
high fives.
What'd you say?
I said, hey, high fives. Hey, nice.
Did you do community
I did
college?
not. No, I went straight to SCAD.
Sucker.
Eh.
Anyways, what did you use your calculator for?
Well, I put numbers in it,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And then what
and
happened?
then I turned it upside down. I'm just kidding.
And it said hello.
It said boobs.
It said memories.
I'm sophisticated.
PG, like,
When I went to SCAD and I had to take the math class, the 1 year, we had to have a calculator. Well, we didn't have to have a calculator, but we couldn't use the calculator on our phone because heaven forbid you use your phone and maybe actually look up the answer. But
well, cheating.
you could use shush. You could use a calculator. So I bought this little calculator that was $1, and it was perfect.
Nice.
It lasted me the whole time, and it was a little charm. It was pink. It was bright pink.
I think
And
I
it
just used my phone.
just had the basic functions.
I think I just used my phone.
I remember my dad had a calculator, and I was homeschooled because my parents loved me. And so, my
get
dad
to
had
age,
this,
don't
had
you
this
worry.
calculator that was old for like forever, but it had like the little like sun. What is it? Solar panel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was like one of those ones.
dude.
And there was dust on the inside,
Oh,
and it bugged me so much that there was dust on the inside of this calculator.
oh,
That's the end of the story.
We used to throw our calculators at each other in high school. It's just games boys play, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, those things are pretty heavy, like the big graphing calculators.
Well,
I just remember.
we're men, Anderson.
I just remember taking that to the SAT and being like, I don't know what I'm gonna use this for.
Oh man.
Like, I was using it for like the the addition and the multiplication questions on that SAT. Like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever took an SAT. I took a compass test when I went to community college. And then SCAD was like, SAT scores? And I was like, numbers? And they were like, cool, you're in.
You did it.
Yay! Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I did. Because I had to. My school made me. Well, also college. Like, if you're going to college, you gotta take SATs.
Or get that GED.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's just high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I graduated high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, overachiever.
No, my SAT scores were all right. They were.
Do you know what they were? Off the top of your head? I want to say
No.
mine was 1100.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I don't.
I want to say
I feel
I want to say average is just 1000, but that's just because I'm better than that.
yeah, I'm better than average. It's been a while.
You can't. Okay, I'll tell
There should be-
the audio audience what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Logan's head is about to explode. He's thinking.
Yeah,
so
I don't
hard.
know.
There's a
I
vein
don't
popping in
know.
his forehead, and his eyebrows are twitching.
Is it really?
Sweating. Oh my god.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised at that. It is
Yeah.
pretty toasty in
Oh,
here.
I'm cool.
There's a vent. Well,
I think
don't
they
remember.
should have an option though if like this college you're going to is like an art school, and you have to take an SAT, they should just be like, oh, art school? Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just not make you...
Or like there should just be a portfolio substitute. Like, can you draw? Here, draw 3-point perspective. And if you know what that is, you can get in.
It's a trade, really, more than anything else. Like you learn it, and then you have it. You're good.
School, like, higher education is so dumb.
Well, it is.
But it's helpful.
Is it?
Maybe.
Depends on what you're using it for.
I think there should be a disclaimer for children.
What should the disclaimer be, Joey?
Kids, don't listen to Anderson.
Oh, stay in school. I'm talking about higher education. Screw that. Maybe.
Maybe. Well, it depends on what you want to do.
Depends on what you want to do. If you want to be a
Right.
plumber,
If you want to be a doctor,
Hey.
just go start cutting people up.
That's right.
You don't need to.
That's what you do.
You know, piece of paper.
just figure it out. bro.
Experience matters
Just-
more than
just-
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's every job application now. You need 4 years experience. Your first year out of school.
True.
So I just say I have it. I mean,
I have this. This is mine.
I've been doing this for 4 years at school.
It's true.
But
It's true. I tell people I've had an art business for like 2 years now.
well, you have. So
I have. So there you go.
and you're not actually lying. It's just
Exactly.
the
It's just-
particulars are a little iffy.
Oh my goodness. It's not like an LLC or whatever.
100% of my clients have been satisfied.
Yeah.
All 2 of them.
Oh god.
Man.
My mom and that friend that I don't talk to anymore.
Oh no.
My mom and all the friends of my mom.
Yeah. Hi, mom.
That's
What?
I don't think that's a subject though. Mom's friends who ask for artwork.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
I just say no. Usually, if like
Here's the thing.
if they're
No.
asking for free work, it's just
Well, this is what I did
automatically
recently.
no.
I had someone who contacted me from like forever ago,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Hey, can you do me a drawing?" And I just responded. So I have like my normal rate, and I was just like, "I'm gonna bump this up slightly."
Yeah.
Because I can't actually do it at my normal rate right now because I'm busy.
Right.
But if you're willing to pay that much, sure. And they
Right.
were like, "Cool." And I'm like, "All right,
Exactly.
let's do this."
Exactly.
Because your time is valuable.
It's true.
I'm gonna step off this soapbox now, and we're gonna. Any other thoughts on electronic calculators?
No, that was a bad one.
Okay, F.
Feudal system.
Football.
Football is a better one. I like that one. Soccer
What do you? Hey,
or
Joey, tell
American
us about football.
Well, I inherited all of my dad's genes, so I can't tell you anything about any sport.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Oh,
Go.
wait, from like the Brady Bunch?
That's right. That's right.
Yes, from the Brady Bunch.
I once took a walk.
Congratulations.
This is a long time ago. I think I was still in high school, and I was really reclusive, and I just drew all the time, and I didn't have any friends.
Okay, so just
But
to clarify, nothing's changed.
Well, I make money now, so that's changed.
Okay.
But so I took a walk, and there was like this path that led to these like fields or whatever, and apparently high schools would like rent out the whatever for their shows. And I'm from a very not sports family, like I made the joke about before, and it makes it very difficult to talk to people. But I saw this. It was a soccer game. No, it was football, or was it?
Continue.
This
Okay.
just proves my point. That I saw this one dad, and he was getting really, really into it.
Yeah,
It was
that's
just
that
like,
happens.
Yeah.
Jesse, all right, run, and he was like running back and forth, like touching his bald head, and just like,
happens.
okay.
Yeah, because he's
And
ripped all that hair out at this point.
I know, right? And I remember thinking like, I could never be in that family.
Oh yeah.
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 And then I like kissed my parents when I went back. I kissed them on the head. I was like, thank you for
Being you.
being you, and not pressuring me to do anything.
That's good. That's good. I played football.
You played
Like,
football?
like the actual
Were
American.
you
I played the
were you a
actual
bench
football.
warmer? Or
Yes.
just...
No. I actually got field time. I was a cornerback, which means I covered the wide receiver.
Nice.
Do a lot of backpedaling. And I was also the kicker, obviously.
Did you get any interceptions?
I did a few in practice.
Okay.
I don't think I ever actually made a play. I know I made.
Did you bat any away?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I did.
nice.
I did some of that. I just remember one tackle
Yeah.
that was amazing
Oh, it always feels.
because this guy's running down the sideline, and I'm like here.
Right.
So I just this is terrible for audio. Anyways, we start to make like this acute angle towards each other, but he doesn't see me coming.
Are you blindsided?
And I just run straight into him and just like throw him straight out of bounds.
That's
and
very
just
good.
like I just threw my body at him. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
I mean that's a tackle. I never played football.
Yeah.
I've always liked it.
I preferred soccer always. Yeah. Soccer was the best.
If I ever played a sport, it would have to be soccer.
Yeah, I played soccer the other day for like the first time in a long time. That was good. It was good to get back out and just
my siblings would play soccer with their friends, and then they'd be like, "Can I play?" And they'd be like, and they would always stick me on defense because obviously. And then they would get mad when like the person would come and try to kick the ball into the goal, and they would get mad when I wouldn't throw myself completely into the ball.
It's true.
And so I started doing that, and I would get dinked. Is that the word?
Go ahead.
Up? I would get dinked out. I
don't know if you know
this.
this about...
10 years old, I'd get dinked out.
I don't know if you know this about this podcast, but everything we say is 100% factually accurate. So
it's true.
Go ahead.
And well, there were some parts of the game that I didn't remember because
okay.
I got hit with the ball a lot.
Oh God!
I did once when playing soccer, I got kneed in the head, and I went out. I was out cold.
Oh,
I was out cold.
Concussion.
Well, I don't know. I got up and I was ready to play again.
Yeah.
But the coach was like, no, sit down.
You get knocked out.
And I was like, hey, what's up? But then it went to my advantage because when I did finally go back in,
I cross my legs sometimes.
You were so skinny, bro. I'm impressed.
Yeah?
When I did go back in the game, the other team was like super nice to me because they didn't want to like hurt me. So I was just like, I'm not going to hold back just because you're holding back.
There you go. He played mind games with him, Anderson.
Yeah.
No, I was on the golf team in high school. That's the last sport I played as like a child, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, sure. Like, I played soccer in middle school, and I played a lot of, like, sports just for funsies, you know, with friends. But golf was, like, the one I actually played in high school.
Why didn't you join the SCAD golf team?
Oh, I wasn't good at golf. I was always very bad at golf. No, golf was really more of an excuse to ditch school halfway through school and just like screw around on a field.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it was like what art school was for other kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Man.
And I was with people that could actually play golf, and you know, we were all friends, but half the time we really just screwed around. Like, actually, my friend Jordan Elster got knocked out.
Playing golf?
Golf.
What?
Well, we were in like it was like a PGA golf store for some weird I think it was raining, and the golf coach was like, "We're having practice," and he took us to like a golf store so we could use their like simulated golf areas,
like a virtual reality.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing?
Well, there was no like Rift, like there Oculus Rift or anything. It's just a big projector. And
Oh, right.
Hit the ball into it and it tracks it basically. So it was just a driving range. But I think it was Remy, this kid named Remy. He was in the sandpit area and just screwing around, and then he like hit a ball and it literally like went up. It hit Jordan right in the head, and he fell down, and we weren't sure if he was serious, but he literally just laid there for 5 minutes, and we were like, "Well," and then he got back up later. And was like, "What happened?" It was very bad.
So he just chipped it straight up into his own.
Yeah, and then we went to McDonald's.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, but the golf team was chill. It was very chill. We literally like drank Powerade and like hit balls around. That was it.
Okay.
It was very like there was no competition.
I've played golf twice, and it just wrecked my hands both times.
Well, you gotta get gloves in.
I was wearing gloves both times.
You gotta loosen your grip.
Something. I gotta do something differently, because...
Gotta get those cooking mittens.
Also...
Welding gloves.
I've got this.
Just get the T-Rex thing where it's on the stick and
You don't even hold it.
The extra length gripper thing.
Yeah.
Oh. No, it's just such an unrewarding sport for me, because you hit a ball a long way away and you're like, well, now I gotta go chase the ball.
Yeah.
Like,
it's better in golf carts. That was always better.
well, that's true. I mean,
that was always so much
You
better.
would do donuts with the golf carts.
Oh yeah. Well, see, the school. The one downside about playing for the school is that since you're playing for the school, you can't use golf carts. Golf carts are really just for like old men, so they don't have to walk across the field. If you're playing golf for real, you actually like carry your bags and walk the field.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. Well, that was the one downside of playing golf.
Have you ever played frisbee golf?
No, I play frisbee, but not frisbee golf.
Frisbee golf is fun.
Yeah. Oh,
I played that a few times.
Yeah,
it was a good pastime of one of my best friends from high school. We would go and play frisbee golf. There was this one. Well, they're baskets instead of holes in the ground.
Right.
But there was this one where it's just a straightaway, but there's a tree like 10 yards from the starting point, the tee off point.
Okay, yeah.
And so you just have to hook it.
Yeah, you gotta hook it.
And he videoed me because he was like, "There's no way you're gonna hook it. You're gonna nail it straight." I'm like, "I've got it. I'm gonna hook it." Just hit straight off. And we went up to the tree. This tree had all these dings in it because people were just nailing this tree.
You gotta angle it. You gotta angle the frisbee.
Yeah.
It
was rough. Oh, we're on F. So field trip. Did you have something you wanted to say about field trips?
I'm not sure asking.
Spotlight on you.
The worst field trip. The stupidest field trip. It wasn't the worst. No, it wasn't like bad. It was just...
Just to clarify, this is specifically our colleges. They force you to do field trips every class, every quarter.
Yes. And
just
then write about it.
That's why we hate field trips. I think every kid in like elementary school loves field trips. But when you're forced to do it as a 20-year-old and like not during school hours, it's the worst.
We did Logan as our field trip.
What?
We did... We went and saw Logan.
No, you didn't. That's so cool.
Or maybe maybe the teacher just talked about that.
Okay.
Also, field trips in the SCAD, the sequential art department were like, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Most of them were just forums when they brought people in and everyone wanted to be at that anyways. But anyway,
exactly.
Worst field trip ever.
Yes, go for it.
Oh, okay. It was art history.
Of course.
It was this elective, woman in art, which was actually probably the best art history I ever took because there was no tests. But we had to go to this like place where they had art.
The elective was women in art?
Women in art, yeah.
Okay.
If any scaddies are listening to this, if you have a free elective, take that. Lava Rock's amazing. Shout out.
Here's a question, though. Is it women in the artwork or women making artwork?
It's women making artwork.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women in artwork.
It's mostly women in art. Like,
yeah. But we had to, like, drive. Luckily, I could, like, carpool with someone. But it was, like, literally an hour and a half-ish. Or, like, I don't even remember. Maybe it was just so painful. It seemed like an hour and a half. We showed up, and it was, like, 20 minutes to 30 minutes of just sitting there. And they were like, yeah. And then like, everyone introduced themselves, and they skipped me.
The nerve.
And then they were like, well, this is where we hang the artwork. It was, like, an empty room. Like, there's nothing in it right now. But feel free to come by later. And I was like, I will totally not do that. And then we left, and it was literally, like, that was it. It was like 3-4 hours of my day.
Jeez.
Oh my
gone.
Gosh. There was always open studio night, where for a lot of like the freshman and sophomore, like the lower level classes, you had to take a picture of yourself at open studio to then show to your professor that you were there.
It's the worst.
Which is great. That's peachy.
My least favorite was definitely the last one I ever had to do. Because I just didn't... Alright, so like, I did field trips for the first 2 years like everybody does, because the professors still care, and they're like, do it, go do it, it's important, you gotta love SCAD, you gotta go check it out. Cool, so I did. And it was fine then, because I was used to them. Then as a senior, literally about to graduate, I haven't done a field trip in maybe 2 years. And like, I love my CMPA professor, but like, she was just like, you gotta go do a field trip. And like, she really didn't tell anybody until like a week before it was due. We were just like, shoot. And then I was like, I'm just not gonna do it. And then she's like, oh, by the way, it's like 5% of your grade. And I was like, maybe I just don't do it. And I'm like, no, I should probably do it. It'll lower my A to a B, and that would suck. So then I did it, and it was just like pulling teeth the entire time. It really was.
Yeah.
They like sent me to SCAD Have you ever been there?
I haven't actually. I've seen
been
it a
there.
lot, and it's very pretentious.
It was. I took the elevator the first day. I literally was going to do it on the break for the class. Like I was like, I'm just gonna go up there and like look at a dress.
That's great.
And talk about why it's good, like why it's got great design. And then like
There were fabrics.
Right,
There
it
was a zipper.
it was closed. I was like, oh. So then I had to take time out of my day. I'm a very busy man,
Gross.
Anderson. I'm a very busy man. It was my senior project. I was like freaking out, like pulling hair out. I was trying to run a club. I was trying to do a job at the same time. I was just like all over the place. And like on a Friday at like 2:00 when I should be working, I was like walking around SCAD Fetch like, whoa, look at that dress.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, wow, look at that black and white design. Ooh. So that was probably my least favorite. But
That sounds so painful. You know, one of the best ones though
those are like the worst first world problems.
was in our. It's good. In our history of sequential art or comics.
Yes.
We actually went to a comic book shop.
That was
like
good.
that was our
that's
that was our
wicked.
field trip. Is we
Yeah,
went to a comic shop.
That was really good.
And of course, like all of us students, like we walked out with a handful of comics
Oh,
because
right.
we're like, "What? I needed these anyways."
Shout out to Pat Quinn.
Ooh, ooh.
Ah!
That was very weird.
What?
Okay,
It was a manly yell.
G. We already talked about golf, so grades.
Gryffindors.
Oh.
Gryffindor.
We can't.
What house are you?
I'm a Hufflepuff.
You're a Hufflepuff. I'm a Hufflepuff. What are you?
Ravenclaw.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
But
You.
I don't really know much about Harry Potter.
At the 37-minute mark, Anderson says,
Dang it!
I prefer to be.
Crap. Okay.
no.
No, wait. What were you gonna say?
Raven. Apparently that means you're studious.
You're an intellectual.
Well, yeah. I mean, apparently there's more to it, but the problem is both Hufflepuff and Gryffindor. Wait, and Ravenclaw
Ravenclaw,
get the shaft in the store in all the books. So
The shaft, as in like they get like the.
no.
You're gonna have to.
It's a normal expression, guys.
Wait, isn't Hufflepuff though the one that
Like the
So there's
shaft of the spear. Like
Yeah, that makes
you
sense.
get
Yeah.
killed. Like
Yeah.
extremely.
But right, like there's a song, right? Someone sang it to me once. Ravenclaw's like they're studious and they're always there, like. But then Hufflepuff is like
They're friendly and
Well,
care
no one-
about
there
bonds,
was-
I think.
we had a surplus of students, so
Oh no!
so they made their own house.
Hufflepuff is exactly what the name sounds like. We just want hugs. Like that's
Okay,
It's true.
we just
Well,
want
it's-
hugs and we want you
it's
to want
like
hugs.
have you ever seen Monsters University?
Yes.
It's like
It's the Uzma Kappa.
Uzma Kappa,
Yeah, that's Hufflepuff. 100%.
Oh, goodness.
And then Gryffindor is what's the actual mean
They're
monsters?
just jocks. They're just jocks.
Are they?
Yeah, that's all they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just jocks.
And then Slytherin is emo. And
Well, yeah.
Ravenclaw's the nerds.
Sure.
Hufflepuff is the outcasts.
Hufflepuff are an outcast.
Shut up. You're not intellectual.
I think Hufflepuffs are probably the most bonded house in the entire. Because they're the most friendly and then like they care about bonds the most.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Although speaking as one, it's very emotionally needy. Like
which one is Harry Potter?
the Harry Potter.
The Harry Potter.
He's Gryffindor.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not really a jock, but he is a jock, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't because I've
He's on the Quidditch team. And
There's no frat dudes who like down beers and stuff in Harry Potter. It's not like
well, because it's high school. Dude, could you imagine Hogwarts College?
shoot.
Dude, with magic.
There was high school parties with like beers and stuff too, though. Like I mean,
butterbeer. They're just
That's fair.
there's the butterbeer. That's true.
Yeah, in England they're a little.
Oh,
Yeah,
Drinking age is what, like 16?
yeah, they go pub hopping.
Yeah.
all right. Well, I'm gonna move to England. But I've had trouble wanting to get into the Harry Potter stuff because I feel like I should.
Like
but
culturally, or
but like yeah, just I like the idea
books
of
are
like.
good.
But it just seems that every book ends with, "Look how cool Harry Potter is." Like,
That's the first
he
two
just
for
comes
sure.
in and just like...
There's literally a point later on where he's like, guys, I kind of actually suck. Because, like, everything I've done is by chance, and I'm not actually that amazing.
It's the 5th book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the first two are basically just like, look how great Gryffindor, and more specifically, Mr. Potter is.
Like, there's this one where Slytherin clearly
Wins.
wins, like, the House Cup.
It's the
like,
first one.
That happens every year.
Yeah.
But Gryffindor did one thing that was amazing. So Dumbledore just goes, 1,000,000 points to Gryffindor. And it's so arbitrary. Like, I'm kind of surprised.
Harry Potter broke 1,000,000 school rules, but he killed Voldemort again. Oh, man.
We should give him everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what... I don't know.
That's the first two. And the first two are really aimed at kids. Whereas the ones, like, 3 to 7? 7.
Well, that sounds
3
like
to
it
7
grows
are
up
like
with the
YAs.
kids, then.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, okay,
they're
that's
more
cool,
YAs.
though. That's cool.
Yeah, which is better.
Gryffindorks.
Yeah. That's fair. H.
Don't say Hogwarts.
Well, you said it. I didn't.
We didn't even talk about
Homeschool.
grades. Oh,
Homeschool.
There we go. I was homeschooled
All right.
too. You knew
yeah,
that, right?
Yeah, well, like, yeah, we bounced that off.
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other.
We were both homeschooled.
I'm the
So-
minority in the room.
Ha ha! Sucker. Public school though? Or private?
must be so difficult having social skills.
Mixture.
We're sitting in a closet talking to a phone. I don't think we can talk about our social skills.
It was a mixture of public and private. Public school in Florida specifically is just...
Hey, you grew up in Florida?
Yeah.
Where in...
Fort Myers?
I don't know where that
More specifically Naples. But people seem to know Fort Myers more. It's a little larger. It's like across from Miami and below Tampa.
Okay, oh, that's
It's like...
that's bad. That's bad. I was up in north. I was in Jacksonville.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So then you were with the... Yeah. I was on the coast. Like southeast. Southwest Florida, not
Southwest?
southeast.
Yeah, I was in the...
Southeast would be
I was
Miami.
kitty corner. I think that's
Okay,
the
yeah.
word
Yeah.
to you.
Anyway.
Homeschool.
Yeah.
Um,
How did your family do it? Do you have many siblings? You have one sibling?
I
You
have
a sister?
siblings.
You have a sister?
I have many siblings.
Oh, jeez. Just
So
answer
many-
the question.
So many siblings.
I
think you have a sister?
I am the youngest of 7.
Oh, you are? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm the second oldest of 7.
Hey.
Wow, look at that. Together, you have a platoon.
I didn't know you had that many siblings.
Yeah.
You're. Come on, get
Yeah.
off it.
Yeah, no, it's great being the youngest of a lot of people.
You do act like a baby child sometimes.
Yeah, well, actually, the joke is that my sister, who is the
See?
the second to youngest, is the baby, and I'm
The oldest.
I'm
That's
I'm the second or whatever. Like, I'm just there, and she was the second. She was the youngest. I mean, she was babied. I wasn't. I don't understand why. Mom and Dad.
So, I'm so
You
confused.
just had a breakthrough. It's not your fault. It's okay.
I'm laying on the couch again.
How many siblings did you have?
Me and 6 other people.
Okay.
But then there's twins in there, so they got a 2-for-1 deal.
There's twins in your
There's
family?
twins in my family. Yeah.
Shoot.
My wife is a twin.
Really?
Yeah, and then her 2 older brothers are twins, and the oldest in her family has triplets.
Anderson, you're gonna have twins or some
Actually,
sort of...
we've talked about this. We've decided just to have hextuplets and get it all over.
Oh,
with.
Wow. It's just all
Here's what I'm interested in.
Look at all that debt.
Do you ever? They all decide to go to SCAD, and you're just like,
No, I'll be like, I went there. I'll teach you.
yeah.
How much is that? Like 2 million?
I won't talk about it.
We don't want to be animators, and you're just like, get out of my house. But do you ever get your wife mixed up with? Twin?
They're fraternal.
Ah, so lame, man. I thought it was be interesting.
No, I know. I did date an identical twin once.
Okay.
And there was legitimately, this is terrible. There was a moment in, like, after I met them, because I never met, like, one before the other. I met them, and I was like, she's really cute. Which one's interested in me? I'll take that one. Like, that was legitimately my mindset. That's the worst mindset to have about human beings. Like, I think both of them are sexy. Which one should I take?
Oh, goodness.
But, yeah, that didn't work, so just as well.
Speaking of twins, this is pretty funny. So I have heterochromia.
Excuse
which
you.
means that
I'm gonna have to
that means
bleep
I have
that, sir.
I have a rash that I just can't know.
Okay.
Heterochromia means that you have eyes that
like
are
the
two
eye
different
thing,
colors.
yeah.
Wait, you do?
Yeah. Check it out.
Look up at the light, because I can't.
It's this one. It's
Holy
like green
crap,
and brown.
dude.
That's
So
cool.
apparently, what that means, what I've heard it meant, is that
You're a mutant.
yeah.
Seen that extra? I'm sorry.
No, I've always wanted to be whatever.
Anyway.
But it means that that as a baby child in the mother's womb, you absorbed the other twin.
Shoot.
That's what that means. Apparently.
You're two
Which
people.
is
Jim.
which is funny because I've had this bump on my head that I can never. I've always had it, and I just had this bump on my head, like for realsies.
That's
I
crazy.
kind of want to feel your head, but I really
Go
don't.
ahead. Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Go ahead. No, I'm just kidding. No, but
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
you know, I seriously doubt that you absorbed a twin because you are so skinny.
Just imagine what that would be like if we both.
if you, without
Yeah.
your twin, you would disappear behind a piece
Yeah.
of paper turned sideways. Get it?
Me too.
Okay.
It's a great joke.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't know that about you. I mean, now
People don't-
looking at your
people don't
eyes, and I
notice
can't
it.
not notice it.
Right away, which is weird.
That's crazy.
And when I first came to SCAD, a photographer was like, "Oh, I'm taking the portrait thing of eyes," and I was like, "I have weird eyes. Do you want to look at them?" And
It's
she
a
was
good-
like,
it's a good SCAD
"Yeah,
voice."
yeah."
It's a good SCAD voice.
I'm taking your portrait. of
She was a
eyes.
photographer, so I can be like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
So I showed up. This is
Yeah.
my first quarter at SCAD. And she was just like, all right, cool. Look into the sun for a little bit so I can get a good picture. And then she's like, yeah, I'll let you know when they're done and whatever, and I'll show the whole collage. I've never heard back from this person.
It's probably for a project,
Yeah,
and
probably for a project.
She probably never
How long?
finished. And it was
Well, I was a model when I was at SCAD. I never saw any of those pictures. I'm actually really pissed at that
Yeah, I
because
think I
wanted to.
understand why.
Yeah. Well, because I just wanted, like, I always looked so stupid. I do have one somewhere, and I'm just, like, pulling off that model RBF, you know?
Yeah.
What was that? What's that face?
Rest face.
No.
RBF.
Blue steel? Did you,
Well, no,
Oh,
I didn't.
blue
I
steel.
didn't blue steel it. No.
did you blue steel them?
No.
Orange mocha frappuccino.
But some of the outfits were actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But it was weird. Oh yeah, homeschool. So how'd your parents do it? Okay, so
my dad taught.
your dad taught.
My dad did a lot of the teaching.
Did your mom work or?
My mom did a lot of working, yeah.
Okay.
But my dad also had a job. So I think when it came to like my I guess what people would call junior high school, my dad was like there the whole time. But I think when I was the earlier grades, like my older sibling would teach sometimes. And then like that's when my dad was working.
Okay.
So
okay. Yeah, my dad always worked, and then he actually started working from home, and so it was a little weird. That dynamic was a little weird for a while. He's been working at home for like the last 10 years, and that was really tricky for a bit because it was like, well, he's here, but we can't go ask him questions because he's working. So we made this whole system where there was a triangle, like a 3D triangle that was outside his glass door, and one side was green and said go, meaning go in.
Right.
And then yellow was knock and red was stop. And if it was on stop, you didn't touch that door. Like if you came near it, it was like, "Oh, go back. But yeah, my mom did like all the teaching, and then through high school we did a lot of online classes to do like
Good.
well, and also there were 7 of us, so we lost 5 to polio. No, no, they're all fine. So my mom just couldn't teach everybody.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
yeah, a lot of the middle school and high schoolers started doing online classes. We always did like a co-op.
Okay, yeah, I did some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh man,
it's interesting.
Good days. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could eat whenever I wanted. That's what I liked about it.
That was nice.
That was
I also
nice.
liked that, like, when I was done with school, I was like done with school at 3.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
And then I just had the rest of my day to do whatever. I was always confused by all the other kids in the neighborhood because I would go up to them and be like, hey, you want to play? And they're like, we just got home from school. We have to do homework. And I was like, what? I already...
Homework.
What?
Yeah, that was the biggest.
I was just always
thing
so
for me, yeah.
confused.
That's because they're bad at school. You do your homework at school. So
Oh, you do?
Oh, that's all I ever did. I would take the homework that I got from one class and bring it into the next, do it while listening to the teacher.
Yeah, that makes multitask. That makes sense.
And then take the next homework and do it in the next one.
That's genius.
It's the best way to do it. I mean, I did this when I started actually getting homework. Not like elementary school.
Yeah.
But like middle school, high school. High school also, there's study hall. Like, what are you doing in study hall when you're not getting your homework done?
You're socializing, Logan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
there's just like there's such small assignments. You do them like 10 minutes before class starts, and you're good. They're just doing school bad, Anderson. They're bad at school.
Well, I mean, I didn't go, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying, man.
Homeschool was the best.
Intelligence.
Intelligence. That's good. What's your IQ?
If I don't remember my SAT scores, I don't know my IQ.
What do you think it is?
Oh, what's like a good one?
Yeah, what's like average IQ?
Okay, on a scale of the scale isn't a 100.
I'm above average.
It's not
I
a
think.
100 point scale, but on a 100 point scale, what would you say your IQ is? The IQ system is like
Is
really
100
dumb.
like Albert or like Einstein? Not Albert.
Well, see, here's the
100
thing.
Albert.
Here's the thing. I don't know what makes someone truly smart. Like, is Stephen Hawking smart,
Well, that's what
or
I'm
is he
saying.
just smart in one thing? You know, like Albert
Right.
Einstein just knew physics. He probably couldn't draw. Like,
That's true.
we're smart. Like, we have a different kind of. It's called creativity instead of intelligence for some dumb reason.
Yeah,
But-
that's what my mother said when I felt stupid all the time. So I understand completely. Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, I'm above average, I think. I don't think I'm...
okay.
I don't think
So
I'm
average would be 50.
Right.
So where are you?
Well, see, now I'm putting it on, like, the grading scale, and I'm like, at least an 85. At least
least
an
I'm a B.
85.
No,
at
no, like
least.
compared
Right.
to the world. Like the world average is 50.
Okay.
But like on the world, where you've got
Well,
Stephen
what's
Hawking,
100?
you've
Right.
got like Stephen Hawking's 100. You know, like, he's real smart.
Okay.
You know, Albert Einstein was 100.
65.
Thomas Edison was
65,
100.
maybe? I don't know. I'm
But like
college
Abraham
educated
Lincoln,
and-
80.
80?
George Washington, 4.
A 4?
No, George Washington's like a 75.
I don't know. I think I'm smarter than the average bear, but I don't like to grade myself like this because then like if I go too high, I sound like excuse me. I sound like I sound pompous and arrogant. But then if I go too low, then I'm like undershooting myself.
I'm gonna give myself a 64.
All right.
What you got, Joey?
I don't know. Like, I would say I'm probably average, but that's because I choose not to learn anything that's not animation. Like, I go out of my
Oh.
way to not learn stuff.
That makes sense.
But I know that if I applied myself, like, and I wanted to, like, read a history book or something,
Right.
I don't know, like, I could.
Yeah.
Like, I know the capacity's there, I know that I only have so much space in my brain.
Okay.
I'm probably in the 60s.
Well, I have like decided like there's a few. Someone once like asked me if I wanted to do sculpture, like because I was like playing with my kneaded eraser or something, and they're like, "You should do sculpture because all art is the same."
Yeah. Yeah.
But I thought about it like legitimately for a second. I was like, "Oh, sculpture would be fun," and I was like, "No, it's literally gonna take years to become good at because that's what everything takes."
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
and I used to play the cello, and a friend of mine has one, and let me play it the other day. I remembered one song. It felt really good to like be able to play a song from memory. Sounded terrible, but I like it. It occurred, I was like, I'd really like to pick this up again, but I could only pick it up as a hobby. Like if I actually wanted to play the cello, nah, it's just not happening, and
Well,
that's
right.
okay because
Right. Well,
I do other
there's-
things really good.
There's like
Apparently not talking
Yeah.
really well. Oh, that's not even right. I do things well.
Superbly.
Never mind.
So
100%.
you're gonna give yourself a 65 on the.
Yeah,
on the
I gotta
rating?
knock myself down to a 62 now.
I'm just like
I say words wrong all the time. Apparently, so here's something I do. The word wrong,
yeah,
I leave off the G.
Ron.
Wrong.
It's wrong.
It's Ron.
What you just said is wrong.
Yeah.
And,
Is it just because you're from
my
North
wi-
Carolina,
well,
or is that
I
just
guess.
like, okay.
My wife's like, it's wrong.
It
I'm
is
like, I
wrong.
can't hear the difference.
Wrong.
You're saying wrong.
When I was a kid.
Anyways, anytime I say, oh, I was wrong, she goes, and I'm Hermione. And I'm like, oh.
Oh God.
That's disgusting.
But I love her.
You're married to her.
I'm
now.
married to her.
I don't know.
I haven't met her. I
things
can't make jokes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can.
Laura, I'm sorry.
That was so sweet. She's just gonna come storming in here any second. You know.
I used to say oddities, but that was like a childhood thing, not
good.
like a right. But it's Adidas, obviously.
Well, there's
That's what.
You're like, what is that? Well, there's the Brian Regan joke of the epitome of hyperbole.
Yeah.
And I legitimately sometimes forget that it's epitome and hyperbole.
Yeah.
Like, I have to really think hard. Like, even just then, I was like, wait, how do you actually say it?
When I was a kid, I would say McDick-Donald's instead of McDonald's.
Nice.
And that's why... And I knew I was wrong, but I didn't want to change it because I knew that would make everyone who said I was wrong, that means that they were right.
Yeah.
And
You can't seed ground.
That's why my best friend was a dog for a little bit.
For me, the first meal of the day was breakfast.
What?
I was like, it's breakfast. And my brother was like, no, it's breakfast.
breakfast.
I'm like, no, it's breakfast.
Who's Burke and why are you...
I'm pretty sure. Oh no! I'm pretty sure it's breakfast. Okay, Jay. We're gonna truck along.
Jail. Judgment.
School?
Yes. Juvie.
Would that work?
Juvenile?
Juvenile.
Juvenile. It's a bunch of... Oh, JV, like the JV team.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We can move
Junior
on from
varsity.
that. Junior varsity.
Okay.
Okay. K. I don't think
We're
there's
just not
anything to
going to
say
go
there.
with that.
I don't
It's
know.
more sports stuff, really. Yeah.
You want... Here, tell us some more about sports, Joey.
I don't even know what junior varsity is.
It's all right. So there's varsity and there's JV. So like a bunch of people, like say there's 50 kids, they all try out for the same sport. You take usually the younger and worse kid, or the kids that are bad, and also they're usually younger and they're on JV.
AKA
Right.
me.
Sure.
I was on JV.
And if you're good, even if you're young, you're going to varsity. But usually varsity's full of the older kids.
It's usually like the
seniors and
juniors
juniors.
and seniors.
Yeah.
But also the
Some-
fast and good
sophomores.
sophomores.
Yeah.
If you're a freshman, you're on varsity. You're like a freaking tank.
If you're a junior and you're on JV, you should stop playing the sport.
Yeah.
Sorry, all JV kids that are juniors.
By the way, I was always confused by the naming of those years.
Mm-hmm.
The freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
Yeah.
Freshman makes sense. Senior makes sense.
Junior doesn't.
What's sophomore? What is that? What does
I
that
just think
mean?
of like a soda or something for some reason, like a soft drink.
I think of a pillow.
Oh, that's
I don't know,
better.
but I don't know what that means.
It's probably some weird English stuff that we just brought over.
Should talk to my.
There's probably
We just
like
forgot about it.
Should
ask
talk to
some
my.
old guy, yeah.
Should talk to my therapist about what that means. Okay, K.
khakis.
Oh,
Khakis.
ooh,
Did you
okay.
have to wear
alright,
khakis?
School. If you ran a school, would you do a school uniform or a school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Or a school dress code,
School
or just
uniform.
nothing.
It would be dress code, and the dress code would be disco.
Nice. Very good school. Best school. No, I had a uniform and
Disco. Do they have to wear the wigs too, like a big afro? Like,
Instead of the bell, that disco ball drops down and just starts playing like Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember? So we're gonna go home now.
oh man, nice.
uh,
I had a dress code in middle school. It made dressing in the morning like not a. I had a uniform. That's different than a dress code. I had a dress code in high school, but I had a uniform in middle school. It made dressing for school so easy. There was no like,
what am I gonna wear?
Right, exactly. You're just like, slip on the khakis. Oh God, I hate this polo. Done, and you're in school.
That's bad. Oh.
Yeah, it was a bad uniform.
That's what I had to wear when I worked at Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
That was.
It was
I-
khaki shorts.
I went there the
too.
other day.
Khaki shorts,
I went
guys.
to the Starbucks that you used to work
Oh,
at.
which one?
The one off Peachtree.
Peachtree Battle.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
And I like said, hey, is Joey? Because this was like 6 months ago.
Oh wow.
maybe?
Yeah. Okay.
And I asked if Joey was still there, and they were like, "You're Joey."
Yes.
And they were like, "No." I was like, "Oh, okay. He was here like a year ago. Like, is that accurate?"
About
So
yeah.
it's about
Yeah. No,
accurate?
it's been a year.
And they said, Yeah, I've been here 2 years. I don't know a Joey.
Oh no!
Wait, who is this?
It was some girl.
I made everyone's life a freaking cakewalk.
I bet you.
I worked way too hard for what I should have. And I can't believe that you got a drink there.
What? I didn't get a drink.
Oh, good. Okay.
I just went in to ask that question.
Great.
I totally got a drink and it was delicious.
Oh, really? Cool.
I put my hand in front of my mouth, though, so Joey can't see what I'm saying right now.
Starbucks is overpriced and worthless.
I'm going to tell you about all the health code violations that I failed. Anderson doesn't know. I don't want him to throw up his drink.
It was so tasty.
Your old drink.
There was like this. There was like some weird foam on the top, like almost like spittle, and it's just so tasty.
Oh, that's what that was.
So good.
That's
probably the soap.
So
Yeah.
Oh no.
There's nothing moving in your drink?
It's like that trash monster from Star Wars. Oh
Just
man.
dry heaving over here. L.
Language arts,
Language arts. What is that?
English class. It's usually like grammar stuff, right?
Language arts. What do we?
Yeah.
What?
That's what they call it in school.
Why not just?
in school?
Why not just language?
It was
Like, there's
English.
no art involved. I hate when
Why
they.
not social
No,
studies?
here's the thing. I really legitimately don't like when art gets slapped onto things that aren't art.
It's true.
Okay. For example, I really don't like that songwriters are called artists. No, here's the thing. No. Because here's the thing. Songwriter is it that I would say that's in the category of artists. Like they are an artist, but like if you ask someone who's your favorite artist, they think either a painter or a songwriter.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, but because those are titles for the same. I'm not gonna fight too hard for this. Never mind.
What is it?
Like a bachelor. No, this is what I'm more upset about. I'm changing my whole premises. Redact that. I get to edit this. Who cares? Like a Bachelor of Arts,
Sure.
and it is not art related.
That's true.
That's annoying. Like if it's in mythology or something,
Right.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Bachelor's
That's
of Arts
nice.
and
The art of history.
But that's something else. Like, because there's like Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. It's like Bachelor of Language. Can we just make a? I don't know. Titles are dumb.
Words start to lose their meaning.
I was like really angry about that, and I realized that I shouldn't be. Like halfway through my argument.
It happens.
Oh.
5 art histories have made me realize that
The word art is
Art is
pointless
just
and
pointless.
meaningless. Yeah.
Art, yeah, the word art is pretty pointless.
art is pointless, not because there isn't anything that's art. It's just that if you say something's not art, there's someone who's butthurt.
You see this that I've this
What good
sheet,
drapery.
Everyone
you
at
see the
home.
sheet that I have draped over these
What good
clothes.
drapery.
This is art. This is my art.
true.
Look at it.
It's the
You do not understand. Your small brain can't comprehend the pure majesty that I have done right here.
I'm gonna start calling the pile of dishes in my sink art instead of just being pathetic.
And the flies are just patrons.
Oh god.
Okay, M. We need to truck along. I said that twice. Oh jeez. Language arts, they suck. M.
I'm so
Math.
bad at this. Math.
Math. Oh god.
Math.
It's the worst one.
Why was the first word that came to my head macaroons? Not math.
Okay, wait. There's macaroons and macarons. What's the difference?
One's a nut.
Macaroon, and then if it's wrong, it's a macaron.
Oh no!
I'm Hermione.
God.
Shoot. Bad joke.
Zing zing.
Okay. In.
What? We're just not gonna
Wait,
talk
really?
about
We're
math.
talking about math?
Okay. Okay, fine. I'm
gonna-
just.
We flunked
Math.
all of them.
Yeah, math. Well, it's interesting. In Europe, they call them maths because it's mathematics.
Oh, I get it.
So if you abbreviate mathematics, it's
Yeah,
maths.
Maths. Yeah, maths.
Because they're the
But
plurals.
aren't they always having like wars over there and stuff?
Yeah, they're wrong.
They also don't know what the letter H is. It's H.
Huh?
Hello. See? No H.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Hello.
Yes, everyone in Europe says hello.
Hello.
The French. Hello.
Spanish. Hello. The Russians. Hello.
I think they're part of Asia.
Shut up.
I think Russia's part of Asia.
No, technically, I think they got like a foot in one.
Oh yeah.
They got a finger in both pies.
The Kenyans. Hello. The Brazilians. Hello.
Oh man.
Not America.
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 No, I.
What's the highest math that you did? I did functions, statistics, and trigonometry. And I don't remember, like, that, I just remember the name. I don't remember what any of those specific words mean.
I got out before I had to do calculus, I think.
I didn't do calculus.
I definitely did not do
and
calculus.
That was it.
I did...
Geometry I enjoyed, because it was shapes.
Yes. No, I was actually weirdly
yeah,
bad
that
at that
was
for
fun.
some
I,
reason.
understood geometry, because I was like, oh, this is a quadrilateral. That's cool.
Right.
Like,
I was cool with shapes. It was like the weird math that was like a part with the shapes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now,
they like put math onto shapes, and I was like, I don't know what you're doing.
this is the one subject that my dad did teach me in homeschool, because he's a math whiz. The other day, off the top of his head, he calculated how much water there is on Earth. So we just, like, all off of like, guesstimations. So, like, he figured out, okay, so, like, America is 3,000 miles across. It's such percentage of the world. So he figured out how round the world was. And then he figured out the surface area of the world. And then it was, like, the highest mountain is Everest, and that's so many miles high. So, therefore, the lowest part of the Earth under the sea should be that equal distance. And then he calculated the volume of water on the Earth. And he was, like, 100,000 gallons off of this giant number. It was, like, you know, in the quintillions or whatever.
God.
That's insane.
And he was like off by like that, like minuscule amount.
That's insane.
And it was so great because he did this at the dinner table and he just like got in the zone and he's like writing numbers in the air, like, and then he like got it, looked up on his phone. He was like, "Woo!" And he just, it looked like he's so happy. It was so amazing.
Man.
But I could never do that. So that's why I married an accountant.
I bet he's really proud of you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I took one really okay math class, and it taught you how to like be a person in
That's
life.
college math.
No,
I think that's what it's called.
no, like there
Oh, you
was
had to be a person?
taxes.
Yeah,
there was
Oh,
taxes.
yeah. College
and,
math,
like,
we did that. Yeah.
I guess it was college math. I have no idea.
I
It
forgot
was like
everything
math
from it.
for life or
Yeah.
something. It was like
Yeah, we did that
taxes.
at SCAD. It was people.
They didn't do that at SCAD for me. It was like
I did that at
basic
community
algebra
college.
stuff I
when I
learned
took-
when I was a sophomore.
When I took math at SCAD, it was a new professor. It was her first quarter teaching, so I got away with murder. Another M.
You killed somebody.
Wait, first quarter teachers are always the hardest.
No, not this one. Because she didn't understand art students. So she was treading lightly. Like, she was, like, trying to make sure that she did the right things and stuff. And I just quickly got on her good side, and I did whatever. Okay, we need to move on. In. You guys are just too talkative.
Namor.
What is
Good lord.
Oh, goodness.
Neurosis.
Naming systems.
Ooh, naming convention. That's pretty good.
Okay.
So, did you ever have this in the animation department? The naming convention
for your files? Oh, yeah. Some teachers were like, "Hey," and other teachers were like, "If you don't do this, I will come to your house and I will light you on fire."
See, that sounds terrible. See, our professor and like our whole department, the way they described it, and that I always got it was just easier for them to find your files.
Yeah,
so I was
that's
like,
the point.
oh, well, I'll help you out with that. Like, it made sense to me,
It does.
other than just being like, name it this way. If you don't, you lose 10 points.
Right.
Well,
Because then I'm like, geez, what if I screw up? But when I realize this is literally just so I can drag and drop and I don't have to
Yeah.
rename anything, I'm like,
Right.
oh,
But
that
it,
makes
like,
sense.
It's
Like,
also just a good professional skill.
yeah, because I have
they
to do
use
that
it.
a lot.
Yeah.
If I name something wrong, like,
Yeah.
it's going to mess everyone up.
I remember how much it hurt. One time we were supposed to submit JPEGs and I submitted a TIFF.
Oh, yeah.
And like I had submitted 3 JPEGs and 1 TIFF. And I remember like they were all loaded up and one like opened in a different application on
Oh,
the
the
presentation.
fire something?
Yeah. And I just
Fireworks.
looked up, I was like, I've screwed up.
Oh, God.
Like and it's like not a big deal, but like the perfectionist in me was just like, I should just jump off the building right now. Like this is
No! It's a TIFF. It's either that kind of person or it's a person who just doesn't care. They're like, I definitely submitted it. No, I definitely did.
or it's
No,
like,
it should be there.
hang on, I'll check my Dropbox.
Oh, it's
And you see them,
a
behind.
PNG. My bad. That's my bad.
You look over their shoulder and they're just finishing it
Yeah.
right there.
It's a PDF file. Crazy. How does my mind work?
Oh.
Oh my god.
I want to say organized something. Organized crime.
Sports.
Organized
I watched
sports.
The Godfather recently.
Yeah, how was that?
It was long.
It is long.
It's 3
And
hours.
it's like 3 hours.
There's that whole section that's in Italian with no subtitles, and it's just very tense.
I don't remember that part.
They're sitting. It's when they're sitting in the
Oh,
the
yeah,
diner,
yeah.
and you're just like, I don't know what they're saying.
No, you
but
don't.
It's
It
about
is.
to go down.
And it did.
And it did.
And it did.
There was
There
marinara
was-
sauce
There
everywhere.
was marinara sauce, and then also blood.
In marijuana.
'cause
Just
he-
tons of marijuana. Just pot.
They were an
everywhere.
Italian restaurant. Yeah.
Blaze it.
All right, so we're gonna put down organized crime.
What?
That's what we just talked about.
It doesn't
in
have
schools.
anything to do with school.
Organized events. I don't
Organized
know.
events.
I-
I'm pretty sure Logan can... Wait, no. Oh, SCAD days. SCAD days.
Oh yeah.
The food was good, and the drum line. I love the drum line.
The food was just okay. It was just
It
a
was
little
better.
bit better.
I don't
Yeah.
know, when you're used to eating, like, saltines without the salt on them for, like, weeks.
They give you a little bit of salt. Yeah.
Well, there was always like the Alaskan crab that they just wheeled out, and like all the visiting
Right.
students are like, "Oh my goodness, this is amazing!" You're like, "Yeah, I'm putting this in my mini fridge back in my room because this isn't gonna stay."
They actually had a pig with an apple in its mouth one time.
No,
Stupid.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
It's
dude.
stupid.
That was tubular.
It's all marketing, and I don't want to wait in the lines. So
Yeah.
I was always like, "There's Moe's down the road. It's cool."
Wait, there's a Moe's down the road?
No, there's a Chipotle.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
Moe's at the
Ah.
Atlantic Station, or there was until they got
Yeah,
shut
they-
down
I
for
still-
like food poisoning or something.
I've always that's another one I've always mispronounced Chipotle.
You just said Chipotle.
I know,
It's
I know,
Chipotle.
but I don't know how to say it the other way, so I'm just gonna say it the way I know how to say it. So
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
That's wrong, Anderson.
I'm Hermione. P.
P.
Principal.
Pets.
Principal.
Class
Principal.
pets.
Who is your principal?
Oh, yeah.
Which year? Which school?
I don't know. Any of them.
All
My
right,
principal was
there
my dad,
was-
so that's a boring story. I mean, he's
Well,
awesome
yeah,
and cool,
that is
but like
the
that's
same with
that's
me.
it. That's it.
Well, I'm
You know,
blanking.
it does
I'm
help
blanking
though.
on principals.
You know, it does help being homeschooled.
There's
There's
this-
one
Tell me
way.
how,
There's,
please. I've been
one
waiting.
way it helped. Whenever there's those bank security questions, and it's like, who was your favorite teacher in school? I'm like, there's only one option. I can't like, I don't have a choice.
Now I know how
Like,
to get into your bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't know which of my teachers was my favorite. My
You
mom or
had
my
to choose a favorite parent. Oh, no. Principal Bates. That's the one I liked the most.
Wow.
Did
that-
anyone call him Master?
What was
Well, all right. There was.
Was his first name Norman?
No, it was Miss Bates. Actually, it was Miss Bates, and then
Oh,
she had
no.
a son who was in my grade.
Oh, poor.
He was really no, he was very
Aw.
good. He was very
Was
popular.
his name Norman?
No, it was Bates. No, it wasn't Norman Bates. It was Christian Bates, and we went to a Christian school. It was very lit. Anyway, he actually brought up the joke, which is great. Edit that, but it was pretty good. He was a very popular kid. He was well liked, I would say. So
For obvious
yeah,
reasons.
for obvious. Well, right when you got a name like Bates,
Yeah.
Now, how was it spelled though? Bates?
yeah,
Okay.
like, yeah,
Like in Psycho.
yeah.
Yeah. That I mean, that would be the joke I would make all the time. Like, I would just.
You wouldn't go to the lewd one first?
Oh, I just got that joke.
We've been here for 5 hours. And
Oh
we just got the
no.
joke.
Whoops. Yeah, that's pretty lewd.
It's pretty. That's why you gotta edit it. I don't know what time that was, but
I might just leave it in.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
it
kids
doesn't
gotta
bother
learn
me.
about this sometime.
No, I don't like that.
That's
I didn't tell you about that story. that involves my dad. That was not fun.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Q. Quiz.
Pop quizzes are the worst. You
Uh,
want to use pop quiz or quiz?
Oh, I got-
They're
only
the
got a-
same, really.
I only got pop
We'll
quizzes
talk about both.
in CMPA.
Yeah, you guys are homeschooled.
wait, you got
so-
pop
yeah.
quizzes in CMPA?
Yeah, because I had who is the name? He was the worst teacher I've had at SCAD.
Wow.
Wow. I'm not gonna say his name.
Call him out.
Wait,
Call him
wait.
out.
I'm not gonna say his name. But
He's not like- he's not-
talk like this. And he ruined Bob Hope for me because he looked like Bob Hope.
All right, we're narrowing it down.
And he never gave me anything more than a B. Even though I tried really hard this one, we had to build a room.
I hate teachers like that.
This is CMPA.
This is CMPA, advanced CMPA.
And you advanced or? CMPA?
Oh, did you guys not have to take advanced CMPA?
No.
I had to
So
take advanced CMPA.
that's like
'cause
Maya
I'm
and Autodesk and crap.
It's everything you have to learn. It's just a little more advanced because I am a digital media student or whatever.
Well, what were your assignments? What were you working?
So it was like an After Effects project. Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Maya, then Dreamweaver at the end.
What does that do?
That's a website maker.
If you grew up in the Stone Age, you would use that to make a website.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Compared to me, who I just used a Wix.
Right.
With Dreamweaver, it sounds like one of those dream catchers.
It's a nightmare maker. That's what it is.
It's the worst.
It was the worst. It was coding. It's like you have to make your own stuff. And he even said in class, no one uses this anymore, but
here you go.
But I'm just too lazy to change the syllabus.
I had to learn it too in regular CMPA.
But, so we had to build this.
Well, might as well, like, in computer or in math class, bring out an abacus and be like, hey, what are you looking up?
I'm going to try to find the website I made.
What?
Oh, God.
Don't worry.
Okay, all right, I'll allow it.
We had to build a room in CMPA, in Maya.
Oh,
and
in
have
Maya.
a camera go through it, right?
Okay.
So he's like, you have to make 6 objects. I'll help you make 3. And,
Does it still work? Oh, hell yeah, it's lit.
Oh, wow. Dude, that's amazing. Literally has fire on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is so cool.
Oh, I love that. I'll put that link in the
do it.
show notes.
Do it.
So I made 12 things in my room. And I'm really cool. I put my own artwork in the picture frames that I built, and then he gave me, what was the exact number? An 89.6.
Good.
He just doesn't want to give an A. I hate teachers like that.
I had a friend who sat next to me, and she was making hers, and it was like we're rendering it. It's taking hours to render everything.
Oh, rendering's the worst.
And she's just like, oh my God, after like 30 minutes, she's like, everything is glossy. Everything I'm making is glossy. And like the denim couch she had like gloss on it, like everything, the walls, the floors, and the couches were like floating a little bit. She's like, oh my God, I don't have time to redo it. Like I gotta.
So either she's gonna export a glossy everything and turn it in, or she's gonna cancel it and fix it and not have time.
Yeah. Oh. So she got a 90 on hers.
What?
He just likes glossy denim, man. He's just really into that. He's like, oiled denim.
Maybe he thought that it was like his couch at home, which is one of those that's covered with plastic.
Oily denim. This is the best.
He actually, I don't like teal now because he said teal's my favorite color. And now,
oh, I'm sorry.
Well, no, this is okay. Like I'm not having like PTSD or anything. But like
we're surrounded by teal right now.
But just like every time I see teal now, I go ugh. And
sorry. That sounds really sad. Tell me more.
He had an earring.
He had an earring. Okay, I'm taking mine out.
You have an earring?
No, you don't. I don't have an earring. Would you get an earring?
No, absolutely not.
Okay,
what is this, 98?
Wait. If you had earrings, like you had to have earrings. No question.
Had to have earrings.
Studs or rings?
What are studs?
Studs?
It's like a single diamond or whatever.
Oh,
or like
I don't get to pick like the cool like the
gauges.
Gauges? You want gauges?
Maybe I could do like the tiny ones.
You could pull off gauges.
Think I could? Yeah. I've been told that I can't.
You could pull off gauges if you also had the lip piercing here in the front.
The front
or the nose.
Or the snake bites, maybe?
Yeah, snake bites. Well, it's because you're so skinny. Like, that's the reason.
Yeah.
And if you grew out your hair a little bit and then you did some color with it. Well, not a lot.
Good thing you never saw any pictures of me when I was 16.
There you go.
But, yeah. I like metal when I was...
Okay, if you had to dye your color... Well, God.
Hair color. If you had to dye your hair a color. Is it all of it, or can I just do a part?
Yeah, and it has to be a primary color.
Primary color.
I mean, not like...
Red, blue, yellow?
Not like that, but like it has to be like a color on the color wheel, not just like I'm dyeing my hair black or white or... like not like a normal hair color.
What about pink?
Pink is cool.
Maybe I'd do pink.
Pink? I'd do pink like for the month of October.
Because it's...
breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, breast cancer.
Yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah, that would be
Or
cool.
green for the month of March, because it's my birthday and St. Patrick's Day.
I would just tell people that I lost a bet.
Yeah.
That's why my hair.
Well, when I shaved my head, everybody thought I just lost a bet. I was like, no, I did this by choice.
Halloween.
I'm Lex Luthor, so...
That was weird. I saw you and I was like, oh.
So many many people thought I was a new kid in class the next day? I loved it. Like,
So wait, when you shaved your head, did you like shave your head, or did you like do some stuff with it first? Like, did you do the mohawk and then see how that looks, and then maybe like, you know?
If you didn't, you should have.
no, I buzzed it.
No.
I buzzed it, and then I did once when I had like a full on beard. I left just the mustache, but like a
like a
horseshoe,
handlebar,
a
like
horseshoe.
a
handlebar.
Well, handlebar
mustache.
is when it comes up. It's a horseshoe.
I've never seen a mustache go up towards the eyes.
No. It doesn't like
No,
it's not
it twirls.
connected.
It
it's
twirls.
The twirling
Alright,
one.
okay.
That's a handlebar because it looks like.
I thought it was
I thought that. Yeah, I thought that
goatee?
too. No,
No, that's
it's a
this.
horseshoe is when it does this.
Okay.
Like it just.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Yeah.
God.
Oh.
Never mind. Keep going.
Anyways, when you do, I had the horseshoe. I looked like a Southern general.
Yeah, oh,
It was really rough.
no. Oh God.
I do that though. I'll like when I'm shaving, I'll like shave
Why were the shaving in quotation marks?
because I'm still kind of waiting to go through puberty, so like not everything is here yet. But I'll do that and I'll leave the mustache and I'll look at it and I'll be like, maybe. And then I think of every time that when I do that, people are like, Joey, you look like someone who I will not say the word, but you can guess that it's not a cool thing.
Not a cool thing.
It's
Yes,
not a cool
yes.
thing.
Not a cool.
Not a cool thing.
Groovy
And
guy.
the thing is, it sucks because I don't look my age.
How
don't
old
look-
are you?
I am 23 years old, but I look like I'm 11.
That's about right.
So it's either I shave and I look like I'm 11, or I leave a mustache and I'm instantly 60 years old and frowned upon in all societies.
In all societies. It doesn't help that you're wearing your
Except for the
sweatpants
Greeks.
standing across from school.
You're with my bottle of vodka and everything.
See, it's the same reason I grow out facial hair. Is because if I shave it off, I have a baby face.
The thing is, I can't
But-
do a goatee because both my dad and my oldest brother have that, and everyone says I look the most like them.
Where do they live, though?
My dad.
Their exact address. I want to.
Well,
I want
it
to
doesn't
get-
matter. It's still
The point is, they're out of state, though, right?
yeah. But then
So-
also, I don't think I could pull off a goatee.
I think you could do. I think you could do the mustache
Should do
and
some
then
And then
Swordfish
maybe
stuff.
that.
maybe
that's what I
not.
was
Maybe
thinking.
don't connect it.
Maybe
but
don't
like,
connect. Okay.
Like this is a little dirty. I need to clean this up. But like usually I have this trimmed and I
Yeah, I can't
separate
do the
here.
whole, I can't do this thing yet.
But oh jeez, we need to move on.
But someone
How do
I
you
did,
get on facial hair?
It's been 5 minutes of talking about facial hair.
I
can't
did
see.
a Nickelback suggestion.
Today's alphabet is school, y'all.
Facial hair.
R. Okay, have you heard of the 3 R's? The dumbest thing ever.
No.
The 3 R's are reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Shut up.
Two
Shut
of
up.
those. Two of those don't start with R.
No, it should be war.
What is it good for?
Writing, arithmetic, reading, war.
We're warring on stupidity. You'll come here to learn. Yeah. Apparently those are the 3 R's. And that's like something that they teach teachers is being important. Learn the 3 R's.
It's just because
Sounds
they
like
all.
a teacher joke.
It's so dumb.
It's bad.
Sounds like it's
Reading,
bad.
writing, arithmetic.
It's just. It's a bad joke.
I do hate that writing has a silent W and that phonetic is not.
Oh, I think don't you say writing, not riding?
I don't say walking.
Well, yeah, because
You say walking. Wah. It's part of. There's a W in there. It's not silent.
Did you just become Waluigi?
Wah. No, I mean there's a W in there. Just the W makes different sounds because it's the English language. It's screwed up. I was about to say the F word again.
or is it just amazing? I think the English language is just beyond its time.
It's timeless. It's ever changing and constant like the wind.
All right. Stop.
Makes it hard for people to learn.
Reading the 3 R's. I'm just gonna.
It's
S.
R times 3. R cubed. S. Social anxiety.
Social anxiety.
Very good.
How do you think homeschooling did social? Oh god.
I
just had a heart attack. I smell toasted bread. I taste pennies.
Oh god.
Is that what that is?
Apparently, you taste pennies
Oh,
and you
I thought
smell
you just don't
toast.
feel your arm.
No, it's
Well, I don't do
your
that
left
either.
arm starts to hurt.
Why your left arm? What if you're right-handed?
Because it's closer to the heart.
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently, if you're a woman though and you get a heart attack, you just have a feeling of dread. Which
What?
would sucks, because if I was a woman, I'd just be dreading
Yeah,
constantly.
I dread constantly as a man, so... It's like, the bills,
Okay, social anxiety.
I actually transitioned pretty well.
Okay.
And I still had a social life, quote unquote.
SCAD
home-
works
being
because
homeschooled.
they're mostly socially awkward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
to I went to community college first.
Okay.
That works.
I think the hardest thing
yeah.
was coming out of homeschool was the idea of homework. And like not being able to draw all the time when I wasn't at school. That really hurt. I was really depressed.
You just ignore the teachers when they tell you to stop drawing. That's what I did. Or you have a
No,
cool
like,
one like Mr. Crane who was like, does it help you to pay attention to like...
And you're like, yeah.
He's like, oh,
whatever.
for sure, Mr. Crane. He's like, well, then keep doing it. I'm like, thank you, Mr. Crane. You're the best.
See, I was such a visual learner. I would just draw my notes. Like I was just like, especially in art history, I always like drew a little thumbnail of the art piece and then like wrote things around it.
Yeah.
And then I just remembered it better.
Yeah. I think I had more social anxiety homeschooled than I did when I actually went to college.
Okay.
That-
Lay down on the couch again. What?
Oh, God. That's just high school.
Well, yeah. I mean, high school is just strenuous. What did you do for social activities? See, we did choir. We did choir and sports.
I
So
did drawing and music.
You do music? What music you play?
I played several instruments. Everyone was like, learn guitar, and I was like, I want to be a freak, so I'm gonna learn I learned like various kinds of flutes. I learned like mandolin. I learned bass because I was in a metal band.
Oh,
Yeah.
You were in a metal band?
I was in a metal
What was
band.
your metal band?
Oh, I'm
name?
not gonna tell you that.
Oh, please, I have to know.
Oh,
What do you think it was called, Logan?
I will tell you this. This is a pretty good story.
Yeah.
So we heard that the band Korn found their name by opening a dictionary and pointing to a word, and it was corn. So they just put a K and they flipped it over.
Is that how you found your name?
No.
It could literally
No,
be anything.
but we tried. We
Okay.
tried.
Yeah.
And so it was two of it, me and my friend. So we did it. So we both had two dictionaries. And we're like, we'll put the two words together.
Oh, perfect.
So we did it and opened it up and closed our eyes and pointed down. The word that we made, the two words, was
it inappropriate?
maybe you can edit this out.
I can edit anything.
It was meat hole.
Why did you keep that? That's great.
Because we thought music was gonna be like a career, you know. So like.
This is their first time in Toronto. Welcome, Meat Hall. Meat Hall. Are your orifices ready? That's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Now
Oh
it's
my
hot
goodness.
in here. Now it's
Oh,
hot.
goodness.
In this...
Oh man,
Wow. That was good.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
that's gorgeous. You
was
should have kept
gorgeous.
that.
we should have. Hindsight's always 20/20.
Yeah,
But like I was like going back to social anxiety. I don't
Sure.
think we wanted to.
Oh,
have
that's
that.
so
that's
good.
true.
Uh,
I mean, you have to have a level of confidence to pull off the band name Meat Hole.
Yeah. 14 and 15-year-olds just don't
Yeah,
have
they're
that
just
level
like
of
Meat Hole.
confidence.
That's not good.
No, I want my mom
so
to like
good.
let me have a band.
Yeah.
You know? So I think having this.
Your mom's like, Joey, what's the name of this band you're doing?
Meat Hole, Mom.
Protein orifice.
That's kind of worse.
Orifice
Beef
makes anything.
pits.
Oh man. Oh god.
That's good. I really like that.
Oh my gosh.
I would listen to a band called Meat Hole, honestly.
Meat hole. That's gonna be our first T-shirt for the podcast.
God.
Just meat hole. Oh jeez. T. Tests. Sure. Testing.
I drew all my tests. in
Yeah.
homeschool. Yeah.
What do you think of the we'll get to this again in a second, but the what is it called? Scantron. The Scantrons where you had to those are always so
I
frustrating.
always have like I did it right? Maybe
Yeah.
I did, but I didn't.
I always just wonder, did I flip it upside down? Like, did I do my whole test, like, with the wrong question? Like, what did I bump down just one?
Scantron just made the test more tedious, and it made me hate it more. So I honestly, like, if I just didn't care, I would literally just be like, A, C, D, B. All right, what's question 5? Because, like, I just hated Scantrons. They were literally the worst.
Well, because I would be like, I did B 5 times in a row.
Right, and then you
I
second guess
haven't,
yourself.
and I
You're
haven't
like,
done A. Like, we're 50 questions in, and I haven't done A. It has to be A.
There was this time in a science class I was in the past. I'm not going to name names or, like, talk about which year or class it was, but there was a science class, and we had to take Scantrons for every test.
Wait, is this scattered?
It was a separate school, not college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm winking,
Wink,
by the
wink,
way.
wink.
Yeah.
No, it was not SCAD, because it was a science class. But anyway, like, there's this kid. He would be like, he would just start saying words that, like, would start with A, B, C, or D. He'd be like, bowl. Dog. Cantaloupe. Like, he would just start saying the answers. He would just start yelling words. And but the teacher was so bad, because, like, she would have the answer sheet out on her desk, and he would just be like, and he sat right up on the desk, and he would just be like, dog. It was so bad. Oh man.
That's
hilarious.
the teacher never caught on?
No, like, that literally happened like 2 or 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
Like that.
Is that teacher just deaf?
I don't know. It was
That's crazy.
It was one of the bad teachers.
Actually,
or good teachers.
Or good teacher. It depends. It depends.
Or maybe they thought he had, like, what is that where you just shout words?
Oh, he definitely didn't. But but he was kind of crazy, so who knows? Not like, he was
just off the rails.
Yeah, he was just off the rails.
He was going off the rails on a crazy train.
That's right.
Oh, that's not. You should write a song. You should have Meat Hole write a song.
Yeah, get the Meat Hole band back together.
It's good. University. So,
you mean college?
Well, this is the thing. Apparently, different names mean different things. So, like, academy is like a military school.
I went to a ton of academies, so.
I went to the Store Academy once.
Maybe not.
and none of them were. They were all like Christian. So.
Well, because there's like the. Well, I'm talking at like the collegiate level.
Oh. Okay.
Collegiate, yeah, I know, right?
A big word. He's above average.
Yeah,
he's 64 for sure.
Back up to 64.
The big words. I'm thinking to 68.
Yeah, university. I feel like university means.
What's Oxford then?
Well, because this is the thing: is SCAD.
Yeah.
The Savannah College of Art and Design is the University of
Creative
Careers. And I think a university technically has to have graduate level programs.
Okay.
Like and to be and a college just has undergraduate.
Okay,
there aren't any
sense.
graduate. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. No, you know what? 100%. I'm 100% sure. You can quote
me. That's right.
I know facts.
True facts.
Cool facts.
We watched some of those after one of the episodes the other day. V. We're not there yet. V.
Vernacular.
Vice principal.
Vernacular? What?
I'm pretty sure that's a word.
Is that like what the blood travels through in your body?
No, it's like verbs and language and stuff. Not
verbs.
We could just say verbs, but no, I think vernacular is like words and how you use them, I think.
Okay.
Like spoken, I think.
Clearly none of us studied English.
Yeah.
Or any other language.
I only cared about like
except for
story
language
stuff.
of art. I can't even take myself seriously.
Vice principal.
Vice principal. Good Lord.
I hated vice principal.
I don't even remember what I said.
I'm writing down vernacular. I don't think I spelled it right.
don't even ask me.
VENUCULARTXPY.
That's correct.
I thought so.
Vice principals were always the worst because they dished out all the punishment.
Oh, so they were the bad cop.
They were the bad cop for sure. At least in all the schools I was at. It was always like, don't go to the vice principal.
Is principal PLE or PAL?
Man, you're just...
I think it's PAL because there's a joke about them being your pal.
You're like a 75 at least on this. Like,
oh, dang it!
You're like really high up there, dude.
You
Yeah.
gave me points.
Yeah,
Wait,
because you're a 64, right?
I'm thinking
was
of
a
grading
64.
though. I thought you took away points because
No.
74. Oh no.
Oh,
Okay, up at 75. Cool, I'll
there
take
you
it.
go, dude.
Yeah, vice principals were the bad cop.
It's PRI in shoot CIPAL principal.
Yeah, that's how I spelled it. Yeah,
All right.
it's cool.
Then we're both right.
W.
Whoa. Whoa.
Raising your hand.
Hey. No.
Oh, writing a report. Like writing.
Just say writing.
Would you rather do a report or a presentation? Like a written report or a
It
presentation?
depends on which class I'm in.
Which class you're in, and then also how detailed. Like, because the SCAD.
Okay, like an art,
presentations-
like art history, like
like in a presentation of art history.
or
where it's
write
like-
a paper about it.
Write a paper in art history. If it's in my major, I'm presenting because I'm comfortable with those people and I can wing it usually. So,
Wing it.
wing it.
Hey,
There you go.
Have you ever had to wing it?
Oh, God, that was
For-
every. Oh no!
Yeah, it's all good.
Heavens.
There goes the water. There's Anderson. There's water on your carpet.
No. There's
No,
not.
There's not.
I wouldn't
Dramatic.
know. It landed on my foot.
Dramatic.
Oh yeah, I definitely winged it constantly.
Um.
Don't listen, Mom. I definitely winged it constantly. It depends on the presentation, honestly. Like, most of the sequential art ones, you just like talk about your work and like the problems you had with it. You never plan for those. You just go up there and like, there it is. Check this out. I really hated this part.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I always loved critiques because I just
Yeah.
go up and I talk about my work, and then
Yeah.
if someone questions it, I'm like, well, this is my reason for doing it. And you could always tell the people that didn't actually care because they had no defense of their work.
Right.
Like, and half the time I was winging it up there, just being
sure,
like,
sure.
I don't actually know why I did that, but now I do. Like,
Right,
I'll make
right.
up a reason now. But
Yeah.
there were people that were like, yeah, I don't know why I did that, or I don't know what that means, and it's like, well, make up a reason. Like,
Exactly.
defend your work.
Yeah.
I'm not passionate about that at all.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
But yeah, I would always rather do a presentation, no matter what.
Really?
It doesn't matter, especially in the art history, and it's just because I'm bad at writing papers.
I'm
like-
horrible at writing papers, but
Because the whole thing with writing papers for me is the all the particulars,
Chicago style?
yeah, all
Yeah.
of that,
Chicago
oh yeah, you just
style.
All of
reminded me of
that-
presentation.
Citation.
all of
I'm
that
going, yeah.
citations, all of that stuff. I'm just so it stresses me out to
It
no
does,
end because
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I can quote somebody, but not quite. But if I'm giving you a presentation, I just say this is what this person said.
Yeah.
Like I'm just
You know, like I'm a technically grown man,
okay,
and I have like there's like other problems, you know, to have, but like thinking about Chicago style and citing stuff,
yeah.
it gives me this feeling that I just can't.
Is it rage?
Like if I'm gonna
Is it rage?
like what do you actually outside of school? The only thing I can think of that uses that is like if someone's like a psychologist and they're writing like a
It's
report.
only academia. Academia?
But like
Macadamia nuts.
Macaroons.
No, but it's only in colleges. It's only in higher education,
hate
so they
that.
can keep track of who said what when. Nobody uses it in real life.
So here's the
Unless
question.
you're like, I don't know, reporters maybe, but they don't really cite sources.
Here's an interesting
It's
question
old
when it
people.
comes to like plagiarism and stuff.
Yeah.
Should have done that for P. But
No, we should have. What was
Um,
P or playgrounds?
Oh yeah.
P was principles. We talked about Norman
Okay.
Bates.
No,
so.
that's right.
No, but in terms of like plagiarism and stuff, there has to be a point at which like we've covered all the topics. Like usually, like for a graduate something, you like your thesis has to be on something that no one else has talked about.
Sure.
But you've got to run out at some point. Like
I don't know.
You gotta combine
And at
ideas.
least
No, there's a
it's
lot of
harder,
stuff in
like-
the world to talk about.
I feel like just
Well, but see, the thing is, you go down to like, all right, so you're in a technical school. All right, you're doing this specific technical thing. Okay, now you have to do a paper on this specific technical thing. How many people have been in this school and how long have they been doing it?
Yeah.
So it just narrows and narrows. It's
I
not
guess
like
it
the
just really
broad
depends
range
on
of
like
the
the teacher.
that's fair.
The
Yeah.
teacher and like how what they judge is like plagiarism and what.
Yeah.
Right. It's like I'm sure teachers see like the same idea being done constantly every year.
I'm pretty sure it's
They-
not. You're never gonna find like
Right.
it be like it's never gonna be a whole paper word for word as this
Like,
other
I'm
guy's
sure-
paper 50
like,
years ago.
Every student in like in the modern age, and I don't know, you might not have, but like video game violence and how it doesn't affect or affects people. You know, like I'm sure everybody's written that paper at some point in time in their life, thought about it at least. It's just, or if I don't know, depends on the person, but it's a common one for sure.
Yeah.
So
what do you think about plagiarism?
what do I think about it?
Yeah.
I'm pro plagiarism.
Pro plagiarism? Yeah. Did you ever do it?
No.
Plagiarize purposefully? No.
I think I did it once in high school. I just like copied Wikipedia. I was just like, I was like, here's the information. Here's what you need to know. But also, I don't think I did it with malintent. I think I was legitimately just like, well, this is the information.
Yeah.
I'm putting the information together in a report. Here's
I probably
the
did in
information.
like sixth grade or something when they just didn't count it.
Yeah.
But now I know they were pretty specific. Like by the time I got to 8th grade, they were like, you need to cite your sources. And by that, I mean, really all citing is you just copy and paste and then you put their name next to it.
And you say this was somebody else.
This
who
was
said
somebody
that.
else.
Yeah.
It's really not. Yeah.
Plagiarism is in art is when it gets
Well,
wonky.
when
Do you
it
remember
gets
that?
tricky.
Do you remember that one student in our class that was just ripping art
Oh, yeah.
all the time?
Yes.
Like just all the time, was literally just tracing things and putting them up as theirs, and I was just like, "Is anybody serious? Like what?" And I mean, our professors were smart; like they totally knew.
Yeah.
But I was just constantly like, "This person's still here."
Yeah.
It wasn't like another student; it was like professional art, and you would see their sketches, and then you'd see their finished stuff, and you'd be like, "No,
Yeah. Yeah.
no."
It's crazy.
But we're so close. X. You got anything? I've got one.
Xavier.
You're back on Xavier.
Xylophones.
Xavier actually works because he has a
He
school.
runs a
his
school.
for mutant children.
It's
It's a little bit better than mine, actually.
yeah.
Mine was just like X's versus checks. If you're taking a test, would you X the option or check it?
Is it a bubble or a square?
Oh, it's a bubble.
If it's a bubble, you fill in the bubble.
Yeah, then you fill in the bubble.
No, X's or checks. Those are your options.
All right,
Checks.
well,
Checks is more
Bubble?
positive.
Bubble.
X's. Checks? No, well, I always do checks, but
Checks for boxes, X's for bubbles.
X's for bubbles.
X's for squares.
X's for squares.
Checks
Checks
for
for
bubbles.
bubbles.
Yeah. But see,
That's
checks, my checks are always
What
like
color's the pen?
blue.
I'm so disappointed in myself because I thought about it for a second. Like, that's a legitimate question. What is it?
No, I mean, my checks always end up being like irregular, and then I hate it. My X's seem to be like more constant.
Yeah, I always get the weird look.
Yeah, like you'd be like check, and it like goes too long. You're like, oh shoot.
Now, see, we use X's in
Yeah.
sequential art to designate a black area,
That's true.
and it always ends up being like that fish.
Yeah.
Because you just don't
Right,
lift
yeah.
your pen, so it's like a, you know what I mean? It's like connected.
It's a
But-
Christian. It's a sign of
It's the sign of Christ in my art.
that you're gonna cover up.
It'll be the Da Vinci Code later. They'll be like, he put an X here.
wow.
In everything.
Why?
I
Why?
don't know,
Why?
No,
Why
the
school?
letter Y. This happens every episode.
Yummy lunch food.
Okay, yummy lunch food.
It's such a-
Did you have yummy lunch food? Well, I mean, you were homeschooled.
I was
Yeah.
homeschooled.
What did you?
Have you guys never experienced school lunches besides the ones at SCAD?
No.
Oh my god. You're lucky. Oh,
Yeah,
school-
our school lunches legitimately yummy.
school lunches were bad, man. Like all the stories they tell you, they're true, man. They're like I was once served a pizza, and all the pizza's not good, but pizza is usually generally better than the other food they serve. And there's no vegetables in school lunches either. It's always like fries and chicken nuggets, and they wonder why there's like there's a problem with obesity in the world. But anyway, I got served a pizza with marinara, not marinara, excuse me. Shoot, what's salsa in place of marinara on the pizza.
Like paste?
Yeah,
put
like
paste
paste.
on
They put paste on the pizza. I guess they just didn't realize. So I'm like eating I take a bite, I'm like, what is this? What is this garbage? I'm like, is it Mexican style? I don't get why they did this.
Mexican-style pizza.
This was like, all right, so public school lunches were always worse than the private ones. Private wasn't much better, honestly, but it was bad. It was bad.
Did you bring lunches?
Sometimes. Yeah, it depends. It depends on like where you are with time.
In life.
In life sometimes too, or like with time, be like, I just don't have time to make it lunch, so I guess I gotta eat this bad pizza today. Or, like I just don't feel like doing it, so then you go buy lunch food. It depends. Sometimes it's cheaper than actually packing lunch, sometimes it's more expensive. Depends on where you're at.
Wait, so how did that work? Did you have like credits that you spent on lunch, or?
In the public school system, I know, like, if you can qualify for free food, usually it's like a certain...
I guess that never occurred to me.
It's like a poverty line, I think. I think it's a poverty line.
So you had to...
Or you sign up for it or something, and then you get qualified.
I thought if you get bad grades, they just stop feeding you.
Yeah, that's right. That's what happens. They put you in the closet.
I legitimately just thought that if you went to school, you got lunch.
No. It depends. It's usually cheap. It's usually like a couple bucks, maybe... like a
so how did you pay for that? Did you walk in with a checkbook?
Sometimes. Your mom would hand you a check and be like, here, this is for lunch for like the month. And it'd be like $50 or something.
And you just put in a book and then...
Right. And then you just, I know in elementary school I had like a number. So like each student had like a code, and you would press in the code and that would pay for your lunch. Sometimes there's cards. In private school, there was like a website where you like upload money, and
it's weird. This aspect of it never occurred to me.
Yeah.
Well,
that's school lunches. So
when you were like in line getting your food, did anyone come up and like slap your tray down?
No, they wouldn't do that to me. No,
Sorry, I'm watching Freaks and Geeks.
Were you tough guy?
Oh no, God no. No, I was just generally liked. I think. I was never bullied like that.
Brag about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, sorry, guys.
I had to go to school with my sister. This is the worst.
Did your sister do that?
Let's go to school with three.
That was more emotional abuse.
No, I don't know. That rarely happened at the schools I was at. I did see a kid. This was more like, it was freshman hazing, which could be classified as bullying. Yeah, but like three seniors just like picked up this kid and put him in a trash can. It was like the first week of school. I was like, oh my God, high school is bad, and I ran away. It was that was the one actual act of bullying I actually witnessed. I was like, oh man, yeah.
Did you still throw something in the trash can?
No.
Loser.
I literally saw that happen, and I just turned and walked the other way. I was like, no, not getting involved.
Not getting involved.
No. Anyway.
Z. This is it. We need something.
Z?
Zanzibar. Did anyone go to school in Zanzibar?
No.
Are there schools in Zanzibar?
I don't know.
Where is Zanzibar?
Too many questions.
Why is Zanzibar? Anderson, this is your job.
Yeah,
Z should be the hardest one for school.
Well, I didn't have time to research because I was in a car all day.
Z.
Yeah, you're right.
Zoology?
Zoology.
Hey!
Is that a class?
Yeah, I think you learn about animals that way. I think.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
The study of animals.
I don't know.
I think I did that once in like biology.
Well, I was gonna be a zoologist for a long time.
Yeah,
like,
he was an Eagle Scout. We had a whole conversation about Eagle Scouts last time.
Yeah, like I was gonna be a vet. I was gonna be a doctor. Like he was my projection. Is I was gonna be a zookeeper, and then I was going to be a veterinarian, and then I was gonna be a doctor, because my grandmother really wanted me to be one. And then I went to my mom and I was like, "Hey, Mom, I really like to draw. Is that okay if I go to school to draw?" And at this point, like I was actually drawing. Like I wasn't. And she was like, "Yeah, let's do it." I was like, "Awesome! Thank you for loving me."
I bet your grandma was disappointed though.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I draw our coloring book every year.
Oh, that's
nice.
good.
That's good.
That'll make up for it.
I did that once, actually. I should do it again though. She liked it. Hey, we've done it, guys. What'd you do?
Bad noise. Sorry, guys.
I just deleted the whole
All right,
podcast.
Joey.
That's right. It's all good.
You get to read that.
Okay.
That section right there.
Now we know our school ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? No, I'm not giving you this back. Why did you make me do that? I'm losing my street cred.
You feel dead inside now?
That's a nice sign off though.
No,
That's good.
It's a cute little thing. for the family.
We're still recording. Shoot, never mind.
That's how that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you say that and then you end it with, and then it's over. Next time, won't you sing with me?
I was gonna say.
Oh, you kept it in until the end. All right. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening. If you like the show, you could leave us a review on iTunes. That'll help us out. And also, you could share it with a friend. Say, hey, check out this heap of garbage that I put in my ears every Thursday. And they'll be like, whoa, I've been looking for a piece of hot garbage to put in my ears. And then you'll be garbage buddies. If you're interested in more episodes, show notes, and other oddities, visit our website, theabcpod.blogspot.com, and follow us on social media at theabcpod. Theme song by Mr. Putney and Seamus the Sheep. If you'd like to send us a complaint, topic idea, or just anything else, shoot us an email, theabcpod@gmail.com.